Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome back to the Cult of Vintage. Today we're in Lewistown, Pennsylvania, and we are at the Antique Mall. We sure are in Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Now when I got here they weren't open, however I called and they kindly agreed to let us in today, so fingers crossed we find a lot of good stuff. It looks very promising. I've already been inside, but I didn't film the introduction, so let's get inside and find what we can find. A really quick continuity issue. We're actually at the end, but I want to put this in the beginning. You guys, make sure that you click the description box down below the video. I will be putting the name and the phone number and address of the Antique Mall. Kathy, the owner, says that you can call her if you see something in the video and she'll ship to you. Oh yes, she will. Do it up. Okay, here we are on the interior. Isn't it wonderful? Don't you just want to dive in? I mean, irregardless of, you know, broken glass and ceramics, cuts, abrasions, lacerations. This is a great place. It's set up like you have vignettes, you have collections put together, but there are still areas where there is a treasure hunt. So it's really that happy medium between I like things set up for me in easy displays versus I like to find things. And the first thing I found, and I was a little crestfallen, was that Ellie Smith, the Amberina. It was a lampshade, or the shade to a fairy lamp, and I did see that slag glass, but again, it was the top, there was no bottom. Such is life. Here we have a lot of sugar and creamers. You know, there are some Japan, Czechoslovakian, as well as a little Austrian piece here. I did pick it up. There is some paint loss, but being at least 100 years old, it's kind of to be expected. Up next, we do see some art glass. We have paperweights, we have swans, we have free forms, we have Jack in the Pulpits. You guys, I don't know if you knew this, but I don't know what was making me look up Jack in the Pulpit. But it's actually a flower. So the shape of the glass is quite literally made to mimic the shape of the Jack in the Pulpit flower. I didn't know that, but now I do. And I'm sharing that. The first piece that I did decide to go ahead and pick up was this beautiful amber colored glass. It does say, that sticker does say made for Princess House. So I did leave it. And of course, I had to pick up the blue, the green, the clear glass, this Jack in the Pulpit. She's quite impressive. She's large and in charge. I couldn't quite make out it was a silver foil sticker. It was priced at only $25. It was an amazing steal, but I did decide to go ahead and leave it. Then Kathy, the owner, was walking around and she had these two mercury glass candles in her hand. And I said, are those available? And she said, why, yes, they are. And I said, I'll take those. So I'm going to go ahead and set them here on the counter. And of course, what would a video be without some vintage Christmas? Now, these do appear, they're made to look like putz houses, but I do believe they were hobbyist pieces. They're absolutely adorable, and I do think that there is collectability on those, especially because they are quite literally one of a kind, and overall done very well. So we do a little rooting through here. I didn't really find anything until I saw this giant acrylic or plastic Santa head. He does have a light in him and his cord is attached. Now he was a little bit of paint loss, but that's not horrible. He is priced at $40, which I think is a phenomenal collector price. I just, you know, for me as a reseller, it wasn't where I would want it to be, especially because of the shipping aspect. And that's always something I do try to figure in because that is additional to the sale. So that could cost anywhere from $20 to $60, depending on where you lived. And here is one of those areas where we do have some displays set up, beautiful clear glass, and of course the uranium. You're not picking it up because there is, you know, obviously the store is lighted, but Kathy does have a black light up there to really help highlight the UV. You do see it in real life, just unfortunately not in the video. And I do like the depression glass. I think it's a beautiful color, lit up or not, but I do like picking up some really unique or unusual pieces. That's why I went for this little figural piece. He's priced at just $15. He is Pierrot-esque, kind of carnival-y, if you will. I think this is part of a set. It is an anniversary piece. It's stamped 1982 on the back. He does still glow, and at $15, I was like, yeah, I'm going to take you, little weirdo. Of course you're going to come home with me. So here we have some Marigold Carnival, some Yellow Depression and Pink Depression. Again, I will pick it up even though it's quote unquote common. However, it's those unique pieces that I really am looking for. And I did see some native collections here. Now, the first thing that caught my eye was this bank. This is a Pittsburgh Pottery. I do own one of these. My colorway is a little bit different. So I was very tempted, and I kind of hemmed and hawed and debated. And truthfully, he was priced at $40, which is very fair. I think I got mine for 30. They honestly go for about 90 to 100 on eBay. So I was like, do I? And I was like, no, be good, behave. And I did see these acrylic salt and pepper shakers. I mean, talk about mid-century modern. I mean, work. Along with the silverware here. I kind of regret I didn't get any of these pieces. I really should have gotten those salt and pepper shakers, if anything. They're just so funky and fun. But alas, you can't buy everything. Now here we do have some beautiful glass set up. We do have our cranberry. We do have blue. We have aqua. We have satin. We have diamond point. We have opalescent here. I just sold that imperial glass spooner in the diamond point there with like the lace opalescent at the top. Got a little Bristol vase glass there. That looks, yes, that is a Fenton thumbprint handkerchief. Some lovely clear glass. Ooh, and what do I see back here? Oh, I saw that green. I love that Celadon green glaze. Ooh, we're going to pan over. You're going to see a lot of Hazel Atlas, Anchor Hawking here. I love these stacking coffee mugs. They're super kitschy, super fun. Again, very mid-century modern. I love that tiger mug. It's so cute. Now, those mugs will go for a pretty penny. I just, unfortunately, I don't know. I wasn't in the utilitarian kind of mood. Now, here we have a little collection of clear, white, and opalescent glass. We have some Fenton, some coin dot, obviously hobnail with a little moonstone there. And then I do see it. Ooh, yes. It's that Fostoria, or the heirloom Fostoria in that white opalescent. I love it. Fostoria makes some beautiful opalescent glass. Now I do see this up top. Which piece am I going to pick? Which piece up top? Can you guess? Which one? Boom. This is a Balboa. And Balboa was actually a U.S. importer of Venetian glass. So this is, in fact, Venetian art glass. It is an applied base as well as applied aqua glass handles. This is true flash glass. So it is clear glass flashed over white glass. And at $35, I did decide to go ahead and pick it up. And it is the trophy style. And I'm highlighting this sign, antique and vintage cookie jars. Notice Kathy, I appreciate you. She didn't just go ahead and say they're antique when they're not all antique. No. Some of them are vintage, meaning they're not as old as antiques. Because we all know that we go in someplace and they will have a sign and it says antique, even though it's from like 1973. And you become immediately offended because you're like, okay, you're calling me an antique. Rude. Oh boy. Here is some clear glass. Y'all know I can't help but look. You gotta look, folks. You gotta look. And we're getting over here into our vases, into our ceramics. And I'm looking. What do we see? Oh, another piece of Bristol glass. Now that could be French opaline. I don't think that it is because the color saturation just isn't right. And you do see this lovely little blue satin glass with the transferred on florals. We're still hunting, folks. And the next piece that I see is this beautiful little bud vase in an Art Nouveau style. Now, I am unfamiliar with this maker's mark. It was priced at $5, so I did decide to go ahead and pick this one up. I love the shape. I love the colors. I know Art Nouveau isn't necessarily as in demand as it once was. However, I thought that this piece, the overall aesthetics, really spoke for itself. And it was, again, the aesthetics that were really going to sell this piece. And next up, I did see this little girl. Look at this. How sweet. Look at the little O mouth on her. Now, she does have some little dots there for paint. And I just thought that that really, it just added to the cute, kitschy factor of her. And she is a USA Pottery, so probably either California or Ohio. And speaking of ceramic vases, I did see this lovely little, I don't even know what I want to call it. Is this deco? Is this Art Nouveau? Is this mid-century modern? It's one of those pieces that I really think could go in any of those decors. I love the unique shape. I love how it is two, yet it is one. I did leave it. I know, I know. You'll have to throw the fit in the comments. I'm throwing a fit here right now. Trust me. We're gonna be one old big fit party here, I guess. And I did see this figural coffee mug. He was priced at $25, which again I think is very fair as a collector, but again as a reseller, if it was $10, I probably would have picked it up because again, it's all about the profit, folks. And do I think that I could have made 10, 15 bucks on it? Sure, but I can't literally buy everything. I mean, I could, but then I'd have like a whole bunch of stuff and no money in my bank account. That's just not it because, bills. Boo. And there is a little amber Belgium jar. I did decide to go ahead and leave that behind. I've been seeing a lot of those lately, so I was like, I did like those green canning jars, though. I love that color. Again, it's one of those things where sometimes you got to go with your gut. You might not necessarily know what the piece is per se, and you're time crunched, you're filming, and you're like, I don't know. I just feel like this piece is special. It's the look, it's the feel. And then you get home and you find out, whoa, I made a good purchase. These cute little like bridal party boudoir lamps. It was only $25 for the set, which I thought was a really good deal. But again, it's that shipping cost. Now, this was an interesting bunch of lucite grapes. This was a big piece of wood on these. It was quite heavy. And it's one of those things where it's not going to fit in no flat rate. No, it's not. I mean, just look at the variety, all of the things. I mean, if you guys have the time to come and spend here, I really do recommend it. And as I said at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to reiterate now and at the end of the video, keep in mind, I am going to have the name, I'm going to have the address and the phone number to the store. So if you do see something, you can, in fact, call Kathy and say, hey, I saw this in Michael's video. Is it available for purchase? And you guys can find out the price as well as the shipping, and Kathy will work with you. Look at this beautiful console set and this gorgeous clam broth glass. This is something that I probably would have wanted to personally keep, given how large the three pieces were. And this was not light. These things were heavy. You can kind of tell I was a little uncomfortable picking it up. The condition was amazing. There was no paint loss. There was no chips. There was no cracks. The lids were on both of the urns. But what I really came over here was this gorgeous heirloom Fostoria. Again, we are in the white opalescent. This is a very common shape for Fostoria. The price tag, well worth it. Fostoria, opalescence, y'all did your thing. Now here we have some jadeite, and in mixed with the jadeite was this custard, or not custard, Michael, hello. Words, I don't know. It is this Fenton Epergne. It is missing, obviously, its flower holders. I was really sad because I would have loved to have picked that up. Such is life. Such is love. And I do think that that actually would have glown. Glue? Glown? Glown glue? Oh, prepare yourself. Warning, warning. And then I did see this creepy clown doll, and I was like, how can I not get a close up? I mean, talk about nightmare fuel. Hey, look, we're heading into the holiday season. Oh, she's watching you. I didn't know if that was real hair or not. I was afraid to touch her, to be honest. Here we had a little box of smalls, and I can't pass up a small box of smalls without wanting to root through it. There was all kinds. There was modern, there was vintage. There were maybe some possibly antique kind of things. Weave it, and I was like, what? And it's a little like string art. Who is this? Little bisque figurine, very Napco style. Oh, look at there, Napco. Hey, I get some things right occasionally in life. It's the best that we can hope for, folks. And now we're in the baby doll room. And this little girl, I was like, oh, honey, let me not wake you up. No, no. Like I said, we're headed into Halloween, folks. We got to get the spooky elements in. Woo! Look at her. She's ready to get you. Turn your back on her. It's on. Hey, look, there's Cher. Hey, Cher, how you doing, girl? She's in pretty good condition, too. She's doing all right. I do like looking at the baby dolls. I know that they're not everybody's vibe or their aesthetic. Um, I don't know. I enjoy them. It's fun to see their faces, their eyes. Some of them are quite spooky, if not downright terrifying, and that's why I love them. And you can find some really good stuff. Look at this girl. I'm like, what are you so happy about? Huh? She's like, because I'm gonna get ya. Do you see it? Look at you guys. Oh my gosh. It's a jack-o'-lantern knee hugger. When have you seen a jack-o'-lantern knee hugger slash, what do you call him? Scarecrow. Now he does, I believe. Oh my gosh, that even freaked me out. He is missing his hat, but I decided to go ahead and pick him up. And then I had to look at the Bisque baby dolls. I'm not recovered from that moment. I was like, what is that person? I do have this particular Bisque baby doll, and we are going to look at a lot of them. I am on the hunt for them. What I've discovered is that Japan was exporting Bisque baby dolls back into antiquity, and you can tell those because they are not stamped Japan, but rather Nippon. And I love the Nippon ones. The aesthetic is completely different than a lot of the more modern or vintage ones. And I love this one with the little silver hair. I don't have a silver hair girl. And she's got a very different face. $20, if you collect these, is very fair. But again, trying to behave, but I will pick up very special ones. Now, I did see this pink satin glass. I believe it is Westmoreland. It's very common for them. And this interesting little parrot. It isn't a clear glass. However, the element in it is escaping me, and exposed to sunlight over time, it will kind of get that lavender or purple hue to it. It does seem there on the branches that it was part of a larger piece, which was unfortunate. I didn't really know how one would display that, but necessity is the mother of innovation. So somebody probably could figure out what to do with that. Cute little gold, or not gold, Michael, silver Art Nouveau style frame there. Little Joseph. Again, some Napco. And we're looking, and then I spot them underneath. Do you see them? Do you see them? Do you know what they are? They are the Holt Howard rooster set. We have a single shaker. We do have the candlesticks. There you go, 1960. And we also have what I'm assuming is it was $20. I thought was extraordinarily fair and reasonable. I did end up getting all 4 pieces for $40. Thank you, Kathy. Everybody thank Kathy, because these are going to come for sale. And I got this cute little, we couldn't figure this out. There was not a lip that, a lid would have went on. So I do believe it isn't open. So whether it was a nut dish. Look at this. You guys, I'm keeping this. Forget it. Nope, it's mine. It is a Ben Cooper in the box devil costume. And this one is flocked. He's got hairy eyebrows and a head and mustaches. And this was a cloth costume. I was stoked. And I did find some Smurfs, a record. Now, I love the Smurfs, and God love them. You know, if I had found this... Ooh, avalanche. Michael, be careful. If I had found this when I was younger, I probably would have died for this. The vinyl obviously was in good condition, even though it's sliding out. However, as an adult, I can only take so much Smurf singing, truth be told. And I don't know if I was really down with the Yankee Doodle Smurf version of the record. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? And here I wanted to highlight this piece. I didn't get it because I was behaving. This is a Royal Ducks. This is unstamped with all of these beautiful applied florals to it. Now there is some flea biting to the leaves and the flowers, the roses, if you will. It is still a beautiful example of a Royal Ducks piece. This was made prior to them applying the small pink triangle to most of their pieces. I do have this, however, mine is in the fruit version. I absolutely love, adore these. There is such an artistry to these, the beautiful colors, the airbrushing on them. Love it.
Yeah.
And I did then see a beanie. I'm
He's
throwing
like
this in there.
Really,
he is in really good condition. He was priced at $125, and I agree that that price is warranted given his condition. He does have a pull string. He kind of works. Unfortunately, I wanted to play it. He's got like that. He talks and then he does that. Do you love my impression? So here's everything I got. I did get the Holt Howard. I ended up leaving the Art Nouveau vase behind. I did get the pumpkin knee hugger. I got the uranium glass, the Venetian glass, and I had to leave the planter and the candlesticks behind. I did get the Ben Cooper Halloween set. Of course I did. Of course I did. And the reason is because I only had so much cash and Kathy didn't have her little card thing. So such is life, you have to make hard choices, and I did. I made the choice to get that Ben Cooper over everything else, because how often do you find a Ben Cooper? You don't. And I saw this little bee. He's the lid to a teapot. Well, guys, that is it, and I'm going to wrap it up outside in the car. I'll see you there. All right, guys, that was it. I had a great time. It was a pleasure to meet the owner, Kathy. A delight, lady. Truly a pleasure. You guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, please make sure that you are following down in the description box below. There will be the phone number. You can call if you saw something in the video, and Kathy will ship to you. Obviously, shipping is going to be additional, so keep that in mind. I really enjoyed it. You guys, I found a Ben Cooper devil mask costume in the box. Oh my gosh, and I'm keeping it. No, it's not going to be for sale. Don't even try. Don't harass me. It's not going to happen. Super excited, great stop. I hope you guys enjoyed. You got a laugh out of it as usual. And until next time, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.